Hi, everyone, and welcome to Divine Resolution Tarot. My name is Chanel, and I'm your reader every time you visit this channel. Now, this is a twin flame reading for the collective. I will be saying divine feminine and divine masculine. It'll be your job to figure out which side you resonate with. Please remember that gender is fluid. When I'm saying feminine, it could be either way, or masculine. So just take it and put it wherever it needs to be so that it fits for you, okay? All right, so my feminine energy came through with the Two of Cups in the reverse for the past energy. We had Two of Wands in the reverse for the masculine energy. And the situation that created was an ultimatum with my Knight of Pentacles in the reverse. So what I'm seeing here is that there was something that was getting in the way of this connection. And it looks like with the blockage being the Nine of Pentacles and coupled in the reverse, I'm getting two different storylines. Now, for some of you, your masculine is in a relationship. He's not free to be able to get up and go do what he wants to do. Even though with this new love card here, I'm seeing that that's something he was interested in, was doing something different than what he was already doing. For the other group of you, your person is just really in a space of not wanting to stay in one place. They're not ready for commitment. They kind of have a fear of missing out. This is the energy of someone who comes and goes because the grass is always greener. There's always a new opportunity. And it's almost like with this energy here that I'm feeling, the masculine has a way of coming back to the feminine, kind of to gauge whether or not she's still an option. And then as soon as he knows that she will forgive him, he's off and running, right? Because we have I Want You in the reverse with new love coming out. So it's like as soon as he knows she's still a choice, he very quickly rejects her. Now for my feminine energy with the Two of Cups, family in the reverse, and I forgive you, I feel like there was a comeback around here because he got bored with the two wands he had. He had to choose one. He probably wanted to check and see if the feminine was still available or waiting for him. And it looks as though she was willing to listen to what he had to say. Now, I'm seeing that it seems as though you both decided to end this situation because this created that Knight of Pentacles in the reverse energy. So it's very stagnant. Where is this connection going, right? You have twos and they're in the reverse. So it's very self-oriented, not so much a partnership, right? Masculine was coming in with energy of passion and looking for some sort of sexual attraction, sexual relationship, whereas feminine was coming in with the energy of emotion, right? I love you. I'm trying to make this work. And you both wanted something very different when you came back into one another's orbit. Now that led to an ultimatum. And I feel like with the family in the reverse, feminine either told masculine that he needed to leave the person he was with, because as I said, there is a group of you where your masculine is in a relationship elsewhere, or feminine told the masculine that she didn't feel like she could trust him, right? Because family is like the people that you know you're going to know forever. You know that you can depend on them depending on who your family is, right? For some of us, we make our own family and that's our tribe or our friend group. But the feminine felt as though she couldn't trust the masculine to stay, right? There was no longevity. There was no stability. Now, it's interesting that stability is playing a role here because everybody is in the energy of a four. Feminine is coming through with Four of Wands in the reverse. Masculine is Four of Pentacles in the upright. Bottom of the middle deck here is Four of Pentacles in the reverse. And under that is Four of Swords, right? So, wow, we've got everything but Four of Cups. And I think that that's kind of the issue here is that nobody's in a space of coming back together at this time, right? Nobody is reaching out because the past energy, I'm seeing that there was a fallout. Now, presently, as I'm moving down here, we've got the feminine coming in with I'm tired of trying and single and Three of Pentacles. The overall energy for my feminine side is adversity. I accept the challenges are the best way to learn. So I feel like that's really the feminine taking back power, taking back control of her situation because she doesn't want to keep waiting, right? What's interesting though is threes do talk a lot about waiting. They talk about manifestation. But I feel like in this respect, the feminine is getting into a space where she's working very hard on other projects at this time. She could be spending time with friends. She could be reinventing herself, or he could be reinventing himself. So take it how it resonates. But this is the energy of trying to create something of value and doing it individually. Now, threes do talk about teamwork and they talk about collaboration. But for you feminine viewers, I feel like you're choosing to collaborate with people that you don't have any kind of attraction to. I don't feel like you're really doing much on the dating front. And I see that your masculine is actually matching that vibe because they're coming through with the Ace of Pentacles, waiting, and I'm tired of running. So masculine has come up with a new idea for stability. And I think that that really has been the issue in the past. That's probably the main issue, is this dodginess or this flightiness, right? Now, masculine is coming through with the energy of pride. I love myself and I see myself in everyone. I think that's part of the issue, is that he sees or she sees themselves so much in the feminine that they become triggered very easily to leave, right? And it really is operating out of pride, especially because our obstacle at present is strength in the reverse, which speaks very much about pride, right? It talks about ego. It talks about a division of self. And even though there's this opportunity here with the Ace of Pentacles, it's like the masculine has had the idea. Perhaps for some of you, you're actually going to be receiving some sort of message, if you haven't already, that you have not, you feminine have not decided what to do with, right? Because this is actually like, okay, this is my new idea. It's there, but it's not getting off the ground. You're in this very strange stalemate situation where it's not over, but it hasn't begun yet, right? Now, masculine, I feel like for some of you, if you haven't already gotten that message, you will, because he's waiting or she's waiting for the right time, right? Holding back, but still holding on. Whereas the feminine has gotten into a space with the Four of Wands in the reverse, where she's understanding that perhaps this was just a lesson. Maybe this is something that's never going to come into fruition. It's time to shift focus, right? So separation from twin. Bottom of the deck for my feminine energy is I need time to heal. And why can't you just love me, right? So feminine feels like masculine is making things so much harder than it needs to be, that she's trying to work with other people, or he's trying to work with other people. Take it how it resonates. Now, some of you may be dating, for you who resonate with the feminine energy. If so, I don't feel like that's anything that is really emotionally invested. Like, you're not very emotionally invested. This is more kind of testing the waters, seeing what you can see, because there's an energy here of feeling as though you don't want to spend your life waiting for someone who comes and goes, right? Now, over here, we have, I know I've hurt you and I've made so many mistakes. So it looks like the masculine is having his own issues, right? Trying to figure out what to do with this Ace of Pentacles. I know I need to provide my feminine with stability. How do I go about doing that, right? Now, with your blockage being the strength in the reverse, the difficulty here is that the feminine has let go of this situation and she's trying to move on, whereas the masculine has been stubborn for no good reason, or maybe he or she had a good reason. I don't know, right? But this is like being overkill. Like, I have to be too strong. I have to be too detached. I can't feel my feelings, right? And so we've got wounded in the reverse, conversations in the reverse, intimacy in the reverse. Masculine's been lacking direction about where the connection is going, what he wants or what she wants, depending on who you're dealing with, right? For your masculine. Whereas the feminine, she's no longer trying to control the situation. And I think that's really starting to scare the masculine, because it's not the fun game anymore where he comes or she comes and goes, right? It's getting into a place where feminine is putting down roots. She's staying put. And she's taking her energy and focusing it elsewhere, right? Now, I'm going to take a look at what you can expect for the rest of January. And I know that this is a little bit difficult, especially with the bottom energy of envy. I'm the same as everybody with but with different challenges. So there was probably some jealousy here, right? And some frustration as far as like, why can you go off so easily? That's a really difficult energy to deal with. So let me get you some oracle cards before I take it over to the extended reading. I'm going to look at the exact same thing, but we're going to see what the divine masculine and divine feminine are both bringing to the situation for the future. We're going to take a look at the messages that they each have to say, as well as some oracle cards. And I'm going to take a look at the advice for how to deal with the future energies that are coming towards you. Because I'd like to know, what is this masculine going to do with this Ace of Pentacles? And how will the feminine react? Because at this time, it seems like there's not any growth here, right? Now, bottom of the deck for your oracle cards is friendship. Make a date for a play day with one or more friends. And I feel like that's really what the feminine energy is doing, trying to get out, trying to do something different, right? It could even be that this Ace of Pentacles is an offer of friendship, because there's an energy here of being very afraid that every time you become intimate with one another, there's some sort of argument or the relationship doesn't go as planned. It could be too that the masculine is really thinking about changing the way that he communicates with his feminine, because with the cards of him saying, I've made mistakes and I know I've hurt you, he's starting to see that this can't just be a sex-based relationship, that he or she comes and goes and then, leaves the feminine energy just waiting, right? Now, feminine energy, you got alchemy, you have the Midas touch right now, and every project you begin turns to gold. So that bodes very well with your Three of Pentacles, because it's showing me that whatever it is that you're trying to create is going to go very well. So you all stay focused on whatever project this is or creative endeavor. For the masculine, we have dream big, let go of small thoughts about yourself and see yourself succeeding. So it's time for you to expand your vision for you masculine energies, because I feel like this is kind of that big love. And every time you get very close to being able to figure out something that would bring you in harmony with your twin, it seems as though your insecurities or your old fears get triggered, right? That really is that strength in the reverse energy, as not having dealt with your shadow self, not feeling good enough for your feminine. So this is saying that it's time for you to expand your vision. And I feel like with this Four of Pentacles being your energy, that's really something that you would benefit from working on, because you're so guarded, right? And you're so rigid that the difficulty is that there's no room to expand, right? You're so set in your ways. And it's interesting because I'm seeing that you are working on something. You're trying to manifest something of your own. But if you're so stuck holding on to whatever it is, old ideas or beliefs about yourself or other relationships, you're not going to be available to receive your twin when she does or he does come in for you, okay? All right, I'm going to leave the preview at the end of the video so you can take a look at that. The link is in the description box if you need the extended and you want to check out what's going on for you in the future. Thank you so much for allowing me to read for all of you, and I will speak to you again. Bye. So this is really interesting because I'm actually seeing that you both will start speaking a different language to one another. Now, you were finishing your public reading and you were both in the realm of pentacles with the feminine energy, trying to create something new, starting a new diet or a new regimen, a new schedule, building a business, learning something, doing a hobby. Whereas the masculine was getting into the same space with that Ace of Pentacles. And with the shared energy being the Ace of Pentacles in the reverse, it's like you both went from, being in a Wands energy for the masculine and a Cups energy for the feminine to really focusing on what's tangible, right? Now, as I'm looking at your future energy, we actually have a message coming in from the masculine, and I'm seeing very strongly a comeback around. What's interesting is masculine is coming in with something more emotional. So he's trying to match the energy, or she's trying to match the energy, whichever you resonate with, that the feminine was in the last time that the two of them spoke.